Nick Reiner has been indicted in the killings of his parents, Rob and Michele Reiner. Prosecutors took the case to a grand jury instead of presenting the evidence to a judge at a public preliminary hearing. The indictment was unsealed yesterday and adds the allegation he was lying in wait before attacking them.
And joining us now to break down the indictment and what it means for the case is attorney Rachel Fiset. Rachel, thank you for being back with us this morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so let's start with that news. Why did prosecutors opt for a grand jury instead of a preliminary hearing? Does it help the case?
It doesn't necessarily help the case, but it does keep it out of the public view. And what you don't have is a huge media kind of circus in ways. There's not a lot of attention given to the fact development. This was all done in secret. The prosecutors presented their case to the grand jury. They would present the same evidence that they would present at a preliminary hearing, but there is no subject to cross because the defense attorneys are not present during that grand jury. So everything is done secretly, and then they return this indictment charging him with these crimes with this special circumstance of lying in wait. I think they may have done this out of respect for the family and not airing all of the dirty laundry and potential mental health issues of prior years.
Okay. Well, one of the things that stood out to me in the indictment right away was this lying in wait allegation that they put in there. Now, can you explain kind of what that is for people who don't know? And it's my understanding this could really impact his sentence if there is a conviction.
It does. Lying in wait makes it a first-degree homicide charge. It means it is premeditated. So someone is literally waiting to kill the others. It's not done in the heat of passion. It's not done in the middle of a fight. It was thoughtful and done on purpose. That's what it means. And it affects the sentence in that it makes it eligible for the death penalty or life in a life sentence without parole.
Okay, so this indictment, of course, gave us that new info, including the lying in wait detail. Leaks in the case, though, have been really non-existent on both sides. A court order has even prevented the county medical examiner from releasing the autopsy reports. Is there a benefit to the details of a case like this being kept private until there's a trial?
Such a high-profile case, so much interest in this case, and I think the prosecutors at this point are trying to ensure a fair trial, and the defense is on board. No leaks. They're not pressing to have more details leaked or given to the public, made public. So I think that's what's going on, is they're just trying to keep it all under wraps until the trial goes forward, when it all will come out in a public forum.
You know, I'm just thinking here, going back to the lying in wait charge, when you think about, there's been some conversation that his mental health issues pointed towards potentially schizophrenia. The defense obviously going to have to use that, but it's my understanding too that mental health also can be very difficult for the defense to use in something like this. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Right. So if it's not an insanity plea, which would get you off, really, that's a factor that would get rid of the charge in ways, allow a defendant not to be convicted. But if it's not an insanity plea and it's a mental health issue, they're going to have to show how that affected. He could not lie in wait. He could not intentionally be waiting to kill his parents. And that is a very difficult showing, because even where there are mental health issues, there can be malice aforethought, which is how we think of things as kind of an evil thought with an intent to kill. So it is hard to get rid of that intentionality if you are not making an insanity plea. And we still don't really know what he's going to do.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, Rachel, thank you so much for being with us. We'll continue to follow this case.
Thank you.